True attractiveness transcends the physical. It isn't etched in the sharpness of a jawline, the sculpted definition of abs, or the fleeting resemblance to a silver screen idol. While these surface traits might momentarily snag a wandering eye, they possess no lasting power to truly captivate. The essence of a deeply magnetic man resides in the energy he radiates, an intangible force field felt before any word is spoken. It's evident in the deliberate, unhurried rhythm of his stride as he enters a space, claiming it not through aggression, but through quiet assurance. It resonates in the measured cadence of his voice, devoid of the frantic need to fill silence or seek agreement. It's anchored in the steadiness of his gaze, which rests without flitting nervously, scanning faces for validation he doesn't require. This man doesn't contort himself to fit the mold of a room, his very presence subtly reshapes the environment to accommodate him. People sense this shift viscerally, a change in the atmosphere as tangible as a shift in barometric pressure. The air grows denser, charged, commanding collective focus without a demand being uttered. It's an unspoken gravity. If you possess this quality, you understand intuitively that attraction isn't primarily a visual transaction. It's about the emotional resonance you create in your wake. It's the distinct, often unexplainable, feeling people experience when they share your space, a potent blend of calm strength, self-containment, and an undeniable sense of grounded reality. This energy, this unwavering presence, is the foundational bedrock upon which genuine, lasting attraction is built, far deeper than any physical attribute could ever reach. In a world saturated with noise and distraction, one of the rarest and most potent qualities a man can cultivate is the conscious stewardship of his attention. This isn't about aloofness or insecurity, it's a profound understanding of attention's intrinsic worth. Imagine a street vendor indiscriminately handing out precious gold coins to every passerby. The coins, once rare and valuable, quickly become meaningless. Nobody cherishes what is freely and recklessly given. Similarly, a man who scatters his focus, reacting instantly to every flirtation, showering unearned compliments, or desperately clinging to conversations, devalues his own presence. He becomes background noise. The truly attractive man operates differently. He is selective and deliberate. He understands that attention, freely given, loses its power. Therefore, he withholds it, not as a punishment, but as a statement of value. He doesn't feel compelled to reply immediately to her text. He doesn't reflexively praise her beauty simply because she expects it. He doesn't get hooked by every provocative comment tossed his way. This isn't coldness, it's discernment. This deliberate restraint communicates volumes without uttering a single boastful word. It signals a quiet abundance. He isn't desperate, operating from scarcity, or fearful of missing his one shot. He knows he has options, but more crucially, he knows he is the prize worth earning. Women sense this calibration deeply. It stands in stark contrast to the common chorus of men vying for her approval. Consequently, every genuine moment of focus he does grant her feels significant, weighty, like a hard-won reward. She doesn't just receive his attention, she feels she was fortunate enough to have merited it, transforming a simple interaction into something far more compelling and desirable. The truest test of a man's attractive power isn't how he shines in easy moments, but how he holds his center when pressure mounts. Women observe this reaction to stress with far more instinctual acuity than they ever will your physique or witty charm. If a challenge arises, a sudden conflict, a logistical disaster, an emotional provocation, and you visibly crumble, lash out in frustration, or spiral into visible panic, you've instantly broadcast a fragility of frame. You've signaled that your stability is conditional, easily shattered by life's inevitable friction. Conversely, if you meet chaos with unwavering calm, deliberate thought, and a solution-oriented focus, you demonstrate something profoundly rare and magnetic, trustworthiness in the face of reality. This isn't about being an emotionless robot, it's about mastery over those emotions, ensuring they inform but never hijack your response. When she deliberately tests you, pushing boundaries, withdrawing affection to gauge your reaction, or unleashing emotional turbulence, and you refuse to take the bait, refusing to erupt, plead, or scramble for her approval, it triggers a deep, often subconscious recognition within her. She may never articulate it, but the realization forms, this man doesn't bend to external forces. He doesn't fracture under weight. He possesses the capacity to lead. This perception elevates you into an echelon of attraction most men never access. This unshakable quality transcends romantic entanglements. It's evident when you navigate workplace conflict without making it personal, absorb bad news without descending into despair, or remain the grounded point of stillness when everyone around you is losing their heads. Most men mistake loud dominance or aggressive posturing for strength. True strength is quietly potent, a resilient power that radiates safety simply by existing. Women are inherently drawn to this because it speaks to a primal instinct, the assurance of security. When you become her calm harbor in life's storms, the unwavering ground beneath her feet when her world feels unstable, you forge an attraction deeper than surface charm, more enduring than fleeting words, a resonance rooted in the profound comfort of your presence. A critical misconception about attraction is the nature of leadership. Many men mistakenly equate it with dominance, barking orders, demanding the final say, or micromanaging every detail. This isn't leadership. It's insecure control masquerading as authority, revealing a fragile ego needing constant validation. True leadership, the kind that genuinely attracts, is rooted in quiet confidence. It manifests not through force, but through a natural, almost effortless assumption of responsibility when uncertainty arises. It's the ability to step forward and steer the ship not because you crave power, but because you possess the grounded presence and clarity others lack in that moment. Women notice this subtle authority in countless small, everyday interactions, when you confidently choose where to sit without awkward hesitation, when you gently guide a drifting conversation back to meaningful ground without making it feel forced, or when you simply make a plan, deciding on the evening's flow, instead of bombarding her with anxious, indecisive questions about what she wants to do. This quality allows her to exhale, to relax into her feminine energy, because she feels implicitly that she is alongside a man who can handle the logistics, the decisions, and the direction. The deep attraction sparked here stems from the rarity of this balance. Most men fall into extremes. The passive man burdens her with every choice, revealing a lack of initiative that erodes respect over time, while the controlling man suffocates her autonomy, turning every interaction into a draining power struggle. Both extremes extinguish desire. The man who leads with this calm, considered authority, however, demonstrates the perfect equilibrium. Making decisive choices while ensuring she feels heard and included. This isn't about dictating her life, it's about providing a stable structure within which she feels free and valued. Recognizing this balance is scarce, women instinctively gravitate towards it, knowing such grounded, reliable leadership is not found in every man, making your presence uniquely compelling and deeply desirable. It transforms leadership from a demand into an invitation to safety. Emotional volatility is the silent killer of attraction. A man who erupts like a volcano over minor setbacks, sinks into sullen silence when attention wanes, or constantly fishes for reassurance broadcasts one devastating message: instability. He reveals a core weakness, an internal landscape easily shaken by external winds. This isn't strength, it's fragility laid bare. Emotional control, therefore, isn't about denying feelings or becoming stoic stone. It's about sovereignty, the mastery to feel intensely without letting those feelings dictate destructive actions or compromise your inherent value. It's the iron beneath the velvet. When she deliberately tests your boundaries, pushing buttons with sharp words, withdrawing affection to provoke a reaction, or deploying passive-aggressive jabs, you don't flinch. You refuse the invitation to chaos. There's no frantic self-defense, no desperate scrambling to appease, no satisfying spectacle of you spiraling into reactive drama. Your response is measured, calm, purposeful, or sometimes, powerfully, silent. This restraint speaks louder than any declaration. It tells her you possess a deeper fortification, not just physical strength or intellectual sharpness, but emotional resilience. This sets you apart in a sea of men ruled by their passing storms. Crucially, what most men fail to grasp is how dramatically a woman's attraction can pivot based on this single trait. If you mirror her every mood swing, internalize her every test as a personal affront, or plead for Stability when she creates turbulence, you surrender your frame and play her game. Women navigate the world intensely emotionally, they feel currents many men ignore, and they will pull you into their whirlwind if you allow it. The man who remains an unwavering center, a calm eye within any emotional hurricane she conjures, cultivates an irresistible aura of mystery and unassailable strength. She finds herself captivated, wondering, what does it take to truly rattle him? Why doesn't he react like the others? That burning curiosity ignites intrigue, and intrigue inevitably transforms into potent desire. This steadfastness isn't merely peaceful, it's one of the most powerful, silent seduction tools you can wield. The most potent, unspoken signal a man can emit is the quiet confidence of genuine abundance. This transcends merely having other romantic options, though that certainly amplifies your perceived value, and speaks to a life so intrinsically rich, purposeful, and fulfilling that no single woman becomes its gravitational center. Your world orbits around your own sun, meaningful friendships that nourish you, compelling hobbies that challenge you, ambitious goals that drive you, and a clear vision for your future that excites you. When you inhabit this space authentically, you radiate a specific, undeniable energy women instinctively notice and are drawn to. It manifests in tangible ways. You take your time responding to messages because you're engaged in your pursuits, not playing games. You can comfortably go days without seeing her, fully immersed in your own vibrant world, without anxiety or neediness creeping in. You never feel compelled to over-explain, overcompensate, or constantly prove your worth because you know, deep down, you are enough, independent of her validation. This stands in stark, attractive contrast to the common reality. Most men, upon meeting a woman they desire, swiftly make her their entire universe. They sacrifice their routines, neglect their ambitions, cancel on friends, and become hyper-available, signaling they have no other meaningful anchors or passions. This desperate availability screams scarcity, instantly draining attraction. The man with true abundance flips this dynamic. He doesn't chase her, he invites her into the compelling life he's already built. She observes that your time is valuable, your presence is earned, and your world is already full. This subtle shift is transformative. She stops being the pursued sun and starts chasing the feeling of being included in your orbit. The principle is primal, people desire what is valuable, and value is inherently linked to scarcity. When a woman senses others admire, respect, or desire you, whether platonically or romantically, her own attraction intensifies, much like a crowded restaurant seems more appealing than an empty one. Crucially, this cannot be faked. Attempting to act busy while secretly awaiting her text creates an incongruence she will detect, eroding trust and respect. True abundance means you are authentically fulfilled without her, and paradoxically, that is precisely what makes her want to be a meaningful part of your world. It shifts the entire paradigm of pursuit. The natural consequence of living with genuine abundance and understanding your inherent value is the development of ironclad boundaries. This isn't about pettiness or inflexibility, it's the direct manifestation of self-respect. When you know your worth and recognize you have options, whether romantic, social, or professional, you instinctively stop tolerating behaviors that undermine your dignity. Flakiness, disrespect, emotional manipulation, or passive aggression cease to be tolerated negotiations and become clear indicators that someone doesn't meet your standards. This isn't a game, it's the quiet, unwavering assertion that access to your energy, time, and presence is a privilege, not a right. Women possess a keen radar for this quality. Where a man operating from scarcity might plead, explain endlessly, or swallow his discomfort to keep a woman around, you demonstrate the ultimate strength, the willingness to walk away. This willingness isn't rooted in anger or ego, but in a profound understanding that compromising your core standards costs far more than losing any single connection. It communicates an undeniable message: I value myself too highly to accept less than I deserve. This projection of inherent value is deeply, instinctively attractive. Boundaries create a structure of safety and predictability. When a woman senses yours are firm and non-negotiable, she intuitively understands the rules of engagement. She recognizes that testing you with nonsense, games, mind tricks, or disrespect won't yield the drama or validation she might extract from less grounded men. Instead, it risks permanent revocation of your presence. This dramatically reduces the likelihood of such tests occurring. Strong boundaries act as a powerful filter, naturally attracting those who respect themselves enough to respect you, and repelling those who seek easy targets. Ultimately, boundaries aren't walls designed to isolate, they are the armor of self-possession, broadcasting a quiet confidence that says you are complete unto yourself and will only engage with those who enhance, not diminish, your peace. This unshakable self-regard is magnetic, separating you from the crowd of men who constantly seek permission to exist. The pinnacle of authentic attraction isn't manufactured charm, it's the powerful, magnetic force of total alignment. This means your external reality seamlessly mirrors your internal state. Your actions aren't performances designed to win approval, they are natural expressions of who you are at your core. Your words aren't empty promises or boasts, they are backed by tangible self-respect and lived experience. Your direction in life isn't haphazard or dictated by others, it's propelled by a clear, personal vision that resonates in the energy you carry. When this congruence exists, when your self-worth, your boundaries, and your life's trajectory are all in sync, women perceive it with remarkable intuition, often before you speak a single word. You cease chasing validation, you simply reveal your reality through calm, consistent presence. This creates a potent emotional contrast in a world saturated with predictable male behavior. Where most men anxiously overtext, desperately overshare their vulnerabilities too soon, or dramatically overreact to minor slights, your stability and quiet mystery become captivating anomalies. One moment she's enjoying easy laughter with you, the next, she's caught off guard by the charged silence you're comfortable holding, wondering what occupies your thoughts and why she can't stop contemplating you. This natural push and pull isn't manipulation, it's the organic consequence of you living your full, centered life without making her the axis upon which it spins. She experiences this unpredictability as exhilarating depth. Furthermore, this alignment manifests as restraint in intimacy. You understand deep connection is earned over time, not rushed. You don't trauma dump on the first date seeking instant bonding, nor do you suffocate her with constant texting to manufacture false closeness. You allow space for anticipation to build, for curiosity to flourish, for her to genuinely miss your presence. This space cultivates longing. It makes her value the moments she earns with you. Because you're not desperately handing over access to your inner world, she instinctively feels she must strive to deserve it. People inherently cherish what they feel they've worked to understand. This alignment, where you're being effortlessly broadcasts your value, transforms attraction from something you pursue into an undeniable energy you radiate. It's the silent, resonant proof of a man anchored in his truth. The culmination of embodying these traits isn't merely attracting women, it's becoming an irreplaceable presence in their lives. You've forged emotional resilience, mastered quiet leadership, established ironclad boundaries, and built a life pulsing with authentic abundance. Now, women don't just desire you, they actively invest in you. Why? Because you've transformed into the ultimate anchor. In the swirling chaos of their world, the emotional storms, the daily uncertainties, the pressure to perform, your presence alone provides a profound, grounding stability. You are the unwavering center point, the deep foundation upon which calm is found. This isn't about manipulation or playing aloof, it's the natural gravitational pull of a man who is utterly centered in his own truth, radiating a calm certainty that cannot be faked or rushed. This state signals the final, crucial shift, losing the desperate need for external validation. You no longer view interactions as performances where you must prove your worth, but as spaces where you simply reveal the solid reality of who you are. This self-contained energy creates a powerful emotional contrast. Where most men are predictable in their neediness, overreacting to silence, pleading for reassurance, mirroring her every mood, your steady, sometimes enigmatic, presence becomes magnetic. One day she laughs freely with you, the next, she's intrigued by your comfortable silence, wondering about the depth of your focus. This natural ebb and flow isn't manufactured drama, it's the organic consequence of you living a full, purposeful life where she is a welcomed addition, not the sole purpose. She experiences this as exhilarating depth and reliability combined. Ultimately, attraction flows to you, not because you chase it, but because you've become inherently worth catching. You stand as proof that true security isn't found in another's approval, but in the unshakable bedrock of self-mastery. When you embody this, pursuit becomes obsolete. Women aren't persuaded, they are drawn by the undeniable resonance of a man who knows his value, lives his purpose, and offers not frantic pursuit, but the far more compelling invitation, a place of profound peace beside an immovable anchor. Stop chasing. Become worth catching.